You have to make sure that your quality of life gets better the older you get, because nobody don't care about man. They rob you and take your money, as you say.
Nobody cares about men?
Nobody.
I care about men.
They care about man to the extent, you know what I'm saying? People care about men to the extent that men benefit them.
I care about men as human beings out there.
A man can be with a woman that gives him nothing.
I've been with men that have given me nothing.
Him give something.
What?
You left him. You him still left?
No.
Exactly.
But it's not because he didn't
Exactly.
give me anything. Yeah. Welcome to the Honeypot Show. I'm your host, the Stinger Honeybee, and today I am over the moon to have as my guest Donovan Watkis. He is a master of many trades, an accomplished actor, author, TV host, and global head of music at World Music Views, the world's first and longest running music streaming chart platform. He explores his passion for our culture and music in books like Cultural Capital to Financial Capital and Reggae by the Numbers. With a penchant for success, he can't help but be brilliant. Welcome, J.R. Watkis.
I love that. You need to read my eulogy.
Oh God! Oh my God!
I'm saying, God, I read out everything what we do.
Well, if that's what you want, then I'll do my best. I will do my best. How are you?
I am good. Thank you so much. This is so chic and nice and Japanese.
Yes.
And Korean.
Thank you so much.
And Jamaican. It's a whole lot of, is this what
different little accents everywhere.
Is this what they're doing now? Like,
yeah. What is this?
I think this is giving. Like it's
giving.
I don't know.
Because it's a clock it. See it?
Oh, clock. Oh, yes.
I should bring up. I keep me up to date with these things. So them a clock it. Like clock that. Like I saw this little video where apparently this girl was crying over some situation with her boyfriend. She's Gen Z, and her Gen Z friend is like, "What? Stop that! Clock that! Who pays her bills? Clock that! Who has an apartment?" And they say, "Okay."
And it's like clock.
Cry.
Are you Gen Z?
No.
You're millennial?
Yes.
You have a Gen Z look.
Gen Z look.
No, you have the dreads. You got the nose.
Oh, the look of nose ring. So I just.
You got the Japanese. You got the Japanese aesthetics. Gen Z always going ethnic elsewhere.
You're right. Jay-Z, they pride themselves on being cultural.
Yes.
Cultured
and
all these things. Yes, so I bought you this red.
Wow.
Jammy Red Roux. I do like it. It's pretty solid to me. It's not too sweet. Because my ear said the man them not really like when it's too sweet.
No, I like it sweet.
Oh, you too?
Yes.
All right.
You gotta stir,
So earlier you were giving me a little wine lesson,
Shout out to my wine lady that taught me how to stir.
That's just where
You gotta use your wrists. You gotta like just use your wrists. Yeah.
Further.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Wow.
It's good.
Yeah, I like the end notes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what them is, but I know them is notes.
It just tastes good for me. I don't want notes.
So I'm happy to have you.
Thank you.
As a music man on the show. Because the landscape has changed. It has changed from when we used to go to stores and buy records, to eventually buying records online, right? And then now to streaming. Yes, all these different platforms all over the place that you can, as an artist, rise on. And I want to talk a bit about, dancehall and reggae and how right now it appears as if dancehall has, found its wings again.
So first of all, you used to buy records? Are you from the generation?
I hear about it. But you used to buy?
Not records. I used to buy CDs.
Oh.
So I used to buy CDs every week.
Every week? Oh.
I possibly owned every hip hop album. Now I own Nate Dogg. And Nate Dogg is not one album you want to own. Nate Dogg
Who's
was
Nate Dogg? Who's Nate Dogg?
do you like my gangster ways? Gangster ways. Hold up. Hey. You know that?
I feel like I hear that before.
Someone in the next episode. Hey, 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 hey.
Perhaps once in my life.
So he collaborates a lot with Snoop. And you know this song, I Got Hoes.
Oh, yes.
I Got Hoes.
Yes,
that was
yes,
Nate
yes,
Dogg
yes.
and Ludacris.
Okay.
So he was a hook master. He was always, I think he did a couple tunes, 50 Cent as well. But I bought a lot of CDs and I would store them. They had a thing called CD Tower. And I remember throwing away my CD Tower because I felt like I had too much.
Oh my.
I wish I didn't.
Can you imagine? No, how you would just
know.
be, you could auction these things. You
Yes. eBay, like,
could. So nobody never did ever talk you out of
I
it.
just threw it away.
Oh gosh.
They were by my mom and I just went there and
Yeah.
just-
Clutter, eh?
Yeah.
But
But now with streaming, I think a lot of people are struggling to understand,
yeah.
you know, like how that make money
Yeah.
and all of that.
Yeah. Because I don't think the majority of Jamaicans subscribe to the streaming platforms. Part of the reason why I don't think our artists get as much streams as they as they could. However, I remember you were saying on the E-Zone when we had you on that if you have the application in your streaming, you're still paying for it because it's ad based. And if you pay for the subscription, well, you're paying for it.
Yeah.
But I suppose people may not understand how they count streams and how artists earn from these streams.
So, a couple different ways. And it's not artists that earn, it's rights holder.
Here we go.
So, it's a little copyright law. There's a creator and there's an author. In copyright law, the creator is not always the author. And in law, the author is who has the rights.
Okay.
So if you have a record label and I make some tune for you and I send them to you and you pay me for them tune then, you're the author.
Oh.
And I may or may not be work for hire depending on my contract with you. Now, because I'm smart, I'm not going to be no work for hire with you.
Oh.
So this generation is a lot of independent artists who they're not working for hire. They're creating their own music, all of that. They have a bigger opportunity to get a bigger piece of the pie, but it takes marketing.
Yeah.
Spotify, for example, anybody you see with 1 billion streams, that music earned $3 to $5 million.
3 to 5 out of a billion streams.
If you get 1 billion streams on Spotify, one platform.
on Spotify, right?
I remember you have tons of streaming platforms.
Yeah.
But on Spotify, and Spotify pays 0.003 cents per stream. But if you get 1 billion, like Shensia has 1 billion, Vibes Cartel has 1 billion, but Cartel possibly made more money from his billion than Shensia.
Because he's independent.
Yes. So he gets the gross earnings. Shensia, being a signed artist for most of her career, that money would go to the label. They take what they need to take, and if she don't owe them the money,
Oh well.
she gets some.
Yeah.
More than likely, she got an advance already
Right.
on future earnings. So even for music stream 10 billion, in the case of Sean Paul has, I think, 14 billion streams now. Sean Paul's music was owned by a label, still owned by VP Records.
Oh really?
So those streams go to the company or whoever is the rights holder. Now, if Sean Paul releases new music independently, because he's not signed now, and those hit 1 billion, he'll make that money.
He'll make
gross.
that money.
So it's not a matter of how much artists make, it's how much artists own.
Yeah, that's the question, right?
And then region by region, Spotify don't pay the same amount of money they pay for Jamaican streams as they do the US streams.
Excuse me? What's wrong with our streams?
Because you pay less for the service. You don't pay the same money an American pays.
So okay. Did they do that because they feel like that would be more attractive to
They feel like
Jamaicans?
you're not money at
We're not
Jamaica.
money at Jamaica.
So that makes
So I
it
could
less.
lower the money and then pay
Yes.
it. Feel like that's
And not
an
Jamaica.
excuse.
Is the matter of fact, the majority of the world have a less streaming rate. And they're raising these rates shortly, by the way.
Why? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because
And it's
when I
same for
stream
you.
my artists, them right showing up on Spotify because I want to support them. And you're telling me that they're getting less money because I'm streaming in Jamaica.
Yeah. So if they get US streams,
Yes, US streams they want.
and that's one of the things with the Jamaican artists, as you said, Jamaican artists complain. You're not just going to get US streams automatically. You have to be marketed there.
Yes.
So you need a PR to help you to enter there.
Yeah.
You need to do interviews. You need to talk to people, or you
You need a visa.
You need a visa. You need to be there.
You need to be there.
to be there.
Which is why it's so great now that Beanie has gotten back his visa.
Yeah.
Vibes Cartel, who I think is the luckiest human being on earth,
Yeah.
has gotten his visa. Buju did get back his visa. Bounty Killer. No, I was so happy to see Bounty getting visa.
And he's gonna be doing his debut in New York,
In New York.
Barclays Stadium
and-
Arena.
It's like all of us on dance
All
at
on your
again.
business, everybody. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
But it was a mid-50 caliber we fly through this. And the place just lift up. Bounty has a big following in
Listen,
university.
and a massive presence.
Yeah. I did an article about when Cartel's show happened. I did an article about from Biltmore to Barclays because dancehall in its early form, the Biltmore Ballroom was where people went.
Oh,
Now it's in the Barclays Arena.
listen.
I know guys from then couldn't imagine.
No.
Biltmore's where
That seems
Shaggy
like a
built his career.
dream. Yeah.
Like Shaggy was there, Shinehead, all these early people,
Right.
even Bounty Killer did Biltmore. So it's probably surreal for Bounty Killer, who did Biltmore. He has not been back to New York in years, and now going back to the Barclays.
Barclays.
It's a growth of live dancehall music.
Yeah. It's a short testament to that. You are at Freedom Street.
Yeah.
Tell me.
No, I was at Freedom Street. I'm gonna tell you why I wasn't. This is the first time I'm gonna tell you why I wasn't at Freedom Street.
I don't want to find me attacking her.
That was a Freedom Street.
When did they call it?
That was Reggae Fest.
He called it Reggae Fest?
Yeah.
Why I didn't see that anywhere?
It was everybody in
Maybe
America
I just saw it on South Freedom Street. So you
Freedom Street was in Jamaica.
yes, and then
New Year's Eve.
right.
Reggae Fest was promoted by CJ Milan
Okay.
in New York City. And
Barclays.
she's doing a couple of the Vibes Cartel shows as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you were at that show?
Yeah.
Oh, so
Back
that's
to
the show I wanted to ask you about.
Okay.
But do you want to tell me why you weren't at Freedom Street?
I reached out to the organizers of Freedom Fest, Freedom Street.
Freedom Street.
Not Cartel.
Like where you're mashing up the
not,
names.
Not Vibes Cartel, because no way I would reach out to Cartel
No.
for tickets for that show. Now, I interviewed Cartel, everything, and they just didn't send any tickets. And I had other shows that night to cover, so I just didn't go.
Because it was a very festive night.
Yeah. I wanted to go because Cartel has supported World Music Views,
Yeah.
but they sent a letter to tell me that World Music Views wasn't approved on their media list.
Are you serious?
Yes, they did.
Are they from planet Earth?
They did. And I called the head organizer. I told him about the email I got, and he said he's gonna send the tickets, and he never called me back.
Wow.
So I never went to Freedom Street. This is the first time I'm talking about it.
Yeah. Wow.
But we were at Cartel's New York.
Sure.
And to me, that was bigger than Freedom Street.
Easily.
Jamaica was big, but New York, when Cartel dropped Brooklyn Anthem,
Yeah.
that reminded me when Jay-Z did Madison Square Garden. Wow. The place went bananas. The place went like, have you ever been to like a school concert
Yeah.
and see like everybody screaming?
Yeah. They
Imagine
screamed
that
for
with
me at my school
adults.
like that one time.
Imagine that with adults.
Yeah.
Like 20,000 adults.
Losing
This
their
one
mind.
from 90. Like the second night, because the first night it was hard to get out of the venue. So the second night, I was following Cartel's set. So by the time he got to Freedom to Brooklyn Anthem,
You know it's soon done.
yes, I went to the exit so that I could look down on the arena. And let me tell you something. You see when him go for Brooklyn Anthem and then CJ lit the fire behind him, the place just went in pandemonium.
Yeah.
Like people just like jump. And then him pull it up and then him jump.
Wow.
The place just went crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I never seen nothing like that yet in a dancehall business. The last time something like that happened was when Bounty Killer come out as Sting and said, "People dead." If you look back at that Sting, you'd get the energy of when Cartel. And then Cartel wasn't that energized that sing Brooklyn Anthem, you know.
No, because he's
It's the song.
yeah.
Because by the time this was his last show, and you know him never feel well, but you see when
his
him,
voice was going
you see when them click play, and said this man from 90, they play
He's erupted.
Never seen anything like
Would
that.
you say now that it's more his songs versus him actually doing live performances that's carrying him? Because can he really deliver those songs like he used to?
So it's his songs, but it's also him.
Well,
And-
yeah,
and,
yeah.
And the reason I know it's him, because the first night, his voice went after about 20 songs.
Yeah.
He did like a
Yo,
hundred
I want really
songs.
fast like that.
But after 20 songs, his voice totally went.
Yeah.
Being Vibes Cartel, you know, a regular artist would be like, you know, yo, my voice, what's up? No. Cartel came and said to the people, me never expect New York City for so cool. And me not feel good. Me
Yeah.
not disrespect you know, but work with me.
Yeah.
This why them say that? The crowd scream. You must not say it?
No.
The crowd scream because he said, work with me.
Work with me.
And then him drop the next song, them help him sing it.
Yeah.
And that's when I knew the power of him. And he's also very charming.
Yeah,
So,
man, super
to
charming.
come out and take it on head on, because everybody's the same voice gone, in host. And then when Spice came on, I think because she was playful with him and he was
Yeah.
laughing, his vocal cords relaxed.
Relaxed.
And then when she left the stage, he said, Spice, you know I'm like Spice? Cause she bring back my voice.
I remember that clip.
And the like him voice really come back.
Yeah.
Because I think the vocal cords relaxed and
Yeah.
it just come back.
Because and she does a lot of the work in that song as well.
Yeah.
And he was kind of
Yeah.
relaxing.
Not
it
the
too.
song, she did a whole set with him and they, you know, they were playing around.
Yeah.
And then the second night, the same thing happened. But the second night after the third song, his voice went. And this how I know that they're there for him as well. Panic happening. He went off stage because the voice really gone for true.
Because this is right after the first night.
So the voice gone for true. I could see everybody panicking. You
Right.
could see Wagwan. I could see him. They brought out Spice's chairs.
Yes.
So obviously him said, bring out Spice, right? Because she's a part
Right.
of the live
Energy
set.
and everything.
But he didn't know that Shensia, Skillibeng, and all of them were there. So they were who
He
came
didn't
out.
know they were there. Was it like a surprise?
Yeah, it was a promoter who got them there.
Yeah.
So Shensia, Molly, Skillibang came out. Skillibang came out and was like, big up Vice Cartel. All this time in the backstage arresting voice.
Yeah.
This is after song 3, you know.
Man.
And Skillibang brought the energy back with the Shake It to the Max. Molly came out, they did the dance. And then when Shensia came out, place go crazy again. This is another thing that surprised me with that New York show. How literate New York's crowd is
Yeah.
to dancehall music that's not being played on the radio.
You know what?
Cause them a scream for Valiant when Valiant a play.
Look at
The
that.
DJ a play Valiant. When them play Massacre Whites, them a go crazy too.
Yeah.
And these songs are not on the radio over there. So it tells me that TikTok at work.
Listen, TikTok.
TikTok at the new radio.
TikTok is a new radio, and right now TikTok is unparalleled in the market for giving these artists an opportunity to get their voices out there.
Yeah.
Like we talk about Shake It to the Max, and I saw you posted recently on World Music Views that it's now number 75 on the global Spotify chart.
Yeah.
It's not stopping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was over TikTok brewing and growing for a while, and then it just took off.
It's a summer song, but I'm curious about it because it has not yet hit the Hot 100.
Because I was thinking about that.
But Coffee's Toast didn't hit Hot 100 either.
Are you serious?
Didn't.
Wow.
Coffee does not have
And
a...
also such a big song.
Exactly. Like the last, I'm gonna give you the perspective on women in dancehall. There has only been 5 women with a big catalog in dancehall.
Can I throw a name out there and you tell me if it's here and Lady Saw?
She's not the first. She's like number 2.
Okay.
So Patra
First Queen.
Patra hit the Hot 100 more than anybody in the dancehall
Look at that. I didn't even know that.
and the Billboard 200. Diana King, we gotta give her a dancehall too.
Listen.
Because Diana King, a dancehall.
Yeah.
Shy guy, and whole lot of mercy, mercy,
Often I
mercy.
think about it and I say, we can't find a next song like that.
And you can't, you just have to repeat the verse. Whole lot of mercy. so Diana King.
Yeah.
So we give Diana King dancehall.
Yeah.
So Patra, Diana King lady saw.
Yes. And how much life now? 2
Three
more?
that. Who come after lady saw?
Mona says Spice.
Yeah. Who come
Yeah.
after Spice?
Shensia?
Yeah. Who else? Nobody.
Nobody. That's a 5.
Yeah. Those are the 5 people 5 women in dancehall that sell albums, have a catalog. Other people were there. Sister Nancy, her breakout single. She has one breakout single. But Nancy don't have a catalog like Lady Saw have a catalog and the beer.
But the one single they do.
Work.
She's
But the industry cannot be built on
a singles.
People who have one singles. One single. And that's why the point I was making is the women, they are far and few in between.
Yeah.
So Coffee did come and get a piece of the food on a reggae tip, right? But it never hit. Never hit in the US. Shensi have Hot 100 hit. Spice have Billboard hit. Not what 100 hit, but Spice hit the Billboard airplay chart, I believe, with Romp and Chop.
And what about Godongde? Did that get to the Billboard?
No, Godongde never hit
Are you
Billboard.
serious?
And look how big that is.
That's massive.
Never hit Billboard Hot 100. It's a global song in terms of streaming.
Yeah.
And it has a lot of streams. But it took off in the Indian and parts of Asia.
Yeah, man, them love that little wine and go down something.
Yeah.
But we talk about Spice, right? And we were pleasantly surprised when we saw the story about YouTube now having their own metrics, monthly global listenership, and then released the Jamaican list. Was this Spice 255 million? Like, that was a pleasant surprise. I was happy to see that for her. I have a lot of people that like to act like, oh yeah, maybe she's not that mainstream or commercial.
That don't mean she's mainstream, but that's a big achievement.
Yeah, but what I mean is, I felt like it was significant because she came before Sean Paul, Shaggy.
No,
Let me find the numbers.
So you can't. I saw the number, right, and you can't quantify it like that. But
Yeah.
on that particular chart, you can quantify.
Yes.
Because it's a YouTube metric based on
YouTube.
current streams.
YouTube streams, right?
And current streams.
What do you mean current streams?
Meaning, if Spice have the biggest song, is one song, but Shaggy, Sean Paul, all of them have more streams. Like Sean Paul have like
Just across the board,
yeah,
you mean?
yeah.
So
Sean Paul have billion streaming songs.
yeah. So
But Spice go down there is
Monthly.
currently exactly.
Monthly
So that's what I'm saying. Currently.
right. So for currently up to the point that they did
Yes,
the
yeah.
calibrations, it's Spice at 255.
But Sean Paul has songs with billions of streams.
Listen, but remember I said Sean does so many collaborations with these pop stars. He's
Yeah.
basically a pop star.
But it's a big thing to measure Spice's success in the streaming world. But it's not enough for any other woman to like push and compete with what's going on in the world. Like you need big Spotify numbers.
Yeah,
That's what because it's so hard for women.
it is hard for us.
It's an industry that it validates and looks at everything women do in a different way than the men.
Yeah,
A man will get a lot of the men, for example, have less streams than Spice, right? And they get more money per show.
yeah. And it's so crazy how that is still happening. And some people act like they're blind.
Part of how the industry values things.
Yeah.
They're like, and it's a fan based thing, right? Some of the men with less streams can, put on a show and a lot of people come. I see Jada Kingdom cussing about it where the girls them go crazy and all of that.
Yeah.
And I think one of the ways to crack the code to get man to come on your show as a woman is to do songs that man can sing too.
Yes,
like Rihanna have a tune named Pour It Up, Pour It Up. Man can sing that.
Yeah, man can sing.
But if you are sing a tune and all you sing and say, pot up, me not pot nothing. Like if we come here show me only a come because
that's true.
my girl a come.
Yes.
But there's a way to crack the code and take some of the fans that the men have just by singing songs that men can sing.
Yeah.
Lady Saw did that well. Hey, one time, I'm gonna get a joke, Asylum. The belly rubber dub up on a rhythm. Like Sean Sprague had the belly rubber dub, right? And they up on a rhythm. And Asylum, if you remember Asylum, I don't know if you remember Asylum. Asylum was a club on Knutsford Boulevard.
Yeah.
The upstairs or Juicy Beef, you know. It ram every night, every Tuesday and Friday night. And then I play like club, I get wild. When you go to club back in the days, you dance because there was no phone. And I dance. And the DJ moved from a song we can dance to belly rubber dub. So I was on the dance floor dancing.
So you can dance.
Ladies are coming and say, she don't want no belly rubber dub. You can't dance that as a man. But ladies are up songs, you can dance as a man. But the women need to do songs that men can dance to. Because the men do songs that women can dance to. That's why the man them have a segment, the girl segment.
Oh, girl segment.
Cartel responds for the girl them, right? Cartel responds for the bad man them.
Yeah.
Cartel's catalog is as diverse. He have country song, he have prayer, he do everything.
It's one of the most diverse catalog you can think of.
And that's I think is the main thing about women in dancehall is just having a diverse catalog that, as much as you appeal to the consciousness of the feminine energy, appeal to the men sensibilities as well. Because the industry need that kind of vibe.
And essentially, you talk about diversifying your catalog. Remember the whole thing with Jada Kingdom the other day, when she went. It was Kite Festival in St. Mary, and she run out, really to tear down the place as as a fluffy, as a mama heavy. And there were just kids everywhere.
Really?
Yeah. You didn't see it?
No.
And she was saying, because she went live and she went and said, listen, she never know what to do. Because she not have no clean sound. She said, wouldn't pick me how to do ya. And she said, she have to do beer.
So if I was her manager, I would tell her to sing some cover songs.
Yeah. But it's like
people out there grace chillers. like you gotta sing some Bob Marley.
Quick. Yeah, for quick.
Yeah, you don't have to just think about your catalog.
Yeah.
If you're in a space where your songs don't fit, you have to be diverse. Sing some Tanya. And one time I tried hiring Tanya Steven for a show, a school show, and she said she wouldn't come. And I remember being taken aback about like Tanya thinks she's more than a picking of them.
No, she's too rude.
Yeah, she thought her music just didn't fit. But you can diversify. I mean, you don't have to become a karaoke artist, but if you're somewhere and you see they're all kids, you're a singer.
Yeah, I feel just find it.
You're a singer.
Fast, my food.
So sing what they want. Sing Coco Melon if they want Coco Melon.
Because she was saying every time she go in on one next song, she look on and pick them face, she have to pull up.
Yeah, man,
she have to dash.
Tell the DJ put on Coco Melon and the whole I will put on Coco. You know those kids would love you.
Yeah.
If you know.
But what she was saying is that it's 3 a.m. She never expect no kids to be out
It's
there.
3 a.m.?
3 a.m. I mean,
Oh wow.
I say, okay, why the parents then find it's a festival and it's a festival, family festival? We don't care them home at them.
Yeah.
But then somebody else was saying, yes, but parents now go send home them picnic without them. Usually the whole family is gonna go home together. So there were the kids at 3 a.m. waiting for Jada Kingdom to come on stage and perform.
That's
so
hilarious.
she did say it was a disaster, and she did say, yes, I think I need to have some other songs, so that I can pull for in those instances.
Artists grow and mature, and I guess that's a learning experience for her.
Yeah.
But again, the woman in dancehall should like study Rihanna.
Talking about girl, Rihanna.
When Riri sing Wild Thoughts, like more sing that.
Anybody.
More sing Wild Thoughts.
Ed Sheeran, who I'm a massive fan of. He recently was on an interview with one of the Jimmys, and he said, the Jimmy said to him, I call him the Jimmy. Is Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel? So Jimmy said to him, hey, so you've got the second most streamed song on Spotify of all time. Which song do you think that is?
Shape of You.
Shape of You. You see that music, man, you know what I got. And funny enough,
Blinding Lights is number one.
Got that. And funny enough, I love Ed Sheeran, and I get into his music, but even Shape of You is not even my favorite song.
That's a dancehall song, by the way.
It is. Well, guess what the man said? He said, when I was writing that song, I wrote it for Rihanna. I wrote it with Rihanna in mind, because I think Rihanna's got the best taste in the industry. So he says, when I'm writing songs, I write the kind of song I think she would pick. And I said, well, look at that. It was high praise.
Not only that, Rihanna knows how to interpret lyrics.
Yeah.
Because the person who wrote Wild Thoughts is Bryson Tiller, I think.
Oh, it was Bryson that wrote it.
Yeah.
I know that Party Next Door also worked on it as a writer too. Yeah.
And it was Party Next Door. I think it was Bryson Tiller. The song has Bryson Tiller on it, right?
Yeah, Bryson Tiller he does a verse on it. But I know this because I was obsessed with Party Next Door at one point in my life, and I was doing a lot of reading on it.
By the way, when a Cartel song with that Party Next Door sample surpassed 200 million streams, called Not Nice.
You're there.
Yeah.
You know Party Next Door, his mom's Jamaican.
Yeah.
And his dad's from Trinidad. Yeah.
But what was I answering?
Wow, that's a good question.
Ed Sheeran
and Rihanna. I used to Rihanna making great songs and Wild Thoughts.
So Rihanna knows how to interpret lyrics. Like she got the lyrics from the guy. A man wrote the song.
Yeah.
And she just took it and reinterpret.
Yeah, just make it our own.
I remember Khalid up on the song I Scream. So you have to really be a star.
Yes.
To overpower DJ Khaled.
Yeah. Another one.
Where I dance and I go on with a bag of things and Rihanna just come in and go and say,
wow.
The first time I saw Wild Thoughts, it reminded me of Fiesta with Jay-Z and R. Kelly.
Yeah, because the beat, right?
No, not just the beat, the look.
Yeah.
Remember how videos used to just capture imagination?
Yes.
The first time I heard Fiesta, after the show, it's the after party. That just made entertainment exciting.
Yeah.
When I saw Wild Thoughts the first time, that's the same energy I got.
Up to this day, Wild Thoughts is my get ready song.
Yeah. And you think Wild Thoughts hit number 1 on the Hot 100, right?
It didn't?
Never. It's one of the biggest songs. I'm going to do an article about the biggest songs that never hit Hot 100.
You should. You absolutely should.
You know which other one? When you needed someone to lean on. That was such a massive record. Never hit number 1 on the Hot 100.
Yeah.
Unless her songs hit it.
Unless her songs hit it.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Rihanna a little bit because, this girl is a phenomenon.
I'm a girl.
26 years. My girl, too. We had that in common. 26
Rihanna the only person could get me to the Fenty ambassador deal. I mean, never wear makeup.
Listen. Hey, but remember, say Rocky. Rocky does the whole thing.
Rocky got to her.
Rocky's a pretty boy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. So Rihanna, 2016 was the last album, right? I think 2022 was her last release. That song that she wrote for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, for Chadwick Boseman.
She's dropping one tonight.
She's dropping one tonight. It's gonna say that to you, and it sounds like fire already. And even if it's trash, people are gonna love it because it's Rihanna. Billboard released their top 200 female artists of the 21st century. I mean, as I say, guys, we're only quarter way into the 21st century. Calm down, but fine. And she's number 2. How do you do that as an artist when you haven't released any music in eons?
Impact is the same thing Vybz Kartel has.
Yeah.
You gotta just have it.
Yeah, I think you just be born with it.
You can't make it.
No.
And then it takes resilience because Rihanna. Remember when Rihanna did Broke? Remember, like after Rihanna, them say Rihanna have 20,000 in her bank account after she sold.
They said that?
Millions. Yeah.
When?
Yeah, after Rihanna sold millions of records, she didn't have no money, and she rebuilt it.
Wow.
Just before Jay-Z did this Rock Nation deal, and then all of them got to go on tour, and then she did a big tour and built her brand.
Yeah.
From Rihanna used Twitter. People don't realize this.
Yeah, it was Twitter.
There are 2 people who use Twitter to build their careers: Rihanna and Kevin Hart.
Wow.
They built a fan base, a core fan base that they were talking to. There was a time when Rihanna up on Twitter all the time, I clap back on people.
Yeah, I forgot she was a clapback queen.
What?
Cause she she just says the things.
Because she was building a fan base.
Yeah.
You know who else did it latter years? Nicki Minaj. Because you need to connect.
Nicki's ever present. I know she over TikTok. Yeah.
So what they did, like Cartel, they named the audience Navy.
Yeah.
Barbs, Gaza.
Yeah.
So they're no longer tied to a country. They are the country.
They are the country.
So the Rihanna Navies and Navy people, Beehive.
Yeah.
By the way, Beehive was taken from Lil' Kim. Jay-Z used to write songs for Lil' Kim.
Oh.
And Lil' Kim was known as Queen Bee.
Yeah.
And when Jay-Z got with Beyonce,
he renamed
her Queen Bee.
Just take it out and just say what this. And look at what she's done with it.
Because Lil' Kim and Biggie Smalls, who was this with Jay-Z, were friends. And Biggie was the king of hip hop.
Yeah.
And Lil' Kim was the queen. And then Jay-Z took the title as king of hip hop. and Beyonce become the queen.
Yeah,
But it's a marketing strategy because Prince is not a marketing strategy. You can't be the prince of hip hop and make money.
Yeah.
You have to be the king,
True.
which is what's happening with the king of dancehall.
Yeah, because
You can't be the prince of dancehall.
and is that why
And
Beenie
get-
Man couldn't just simply hand over the crown?
That might be part of it, but I don't think Beenie Man should hand over the crown. It's if he's contesting the crown, he contests the crown.
Make him do it.
So yeah, dancehall is a do this and beat me thing, you know.
I sure do this happy.
Is that do this like Cartel go back to back, do this and beat him.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to. And if they can't do that and beat him, then other people are gonna declare what it is. When Beenie Man was running the place, I'm a Beenie fan. Nobody could take it from Beenie Man. Nobody.
Yeah.
Beenie Man is hands down the best performer in the history of Jamaican
The
music.
man, he doesn't even have to say anything.
Dang diggy dagga danga danga
And just
dang
move
diggy
him
dang.
like so.
Mr. Light gone already. And Beenie Man finished the show at tap dance.
You're there. And I didn't even know he was a tap dancer.
He's not a tap
probably
dancer.
he didn't even.
He's not a tap dancer. He's an entertainer.
Yeah.
But you know, times evolve and change and abilities change. But you can't take away what he has done.
No,
He
you
has done-
can't.
He has hit the Billboard 200. He made the Hot 100.
Hurry, the morning
No,
for
no.
a very long time.
But the thing changed and the audience shift. And
Yeah. And the music changed.
unless you shift with them, they're gonna narrate it how they want to narrate it. Before Beenie Man, there was something else, and then he took it
Yeah,
from
from Yellow
what was
Man.
happening before.
I mean, you say Yellow Man never happy when him did that.
Yellow Man's still not happy about it.
Yes, there was like a voice note.
And then after Cartel, right? The people want to take it right now. The youths are comfy.
Because I am saying to you, I put it to you, Gerald Watkis. Do you see Cartel holding this crown for very much longer?
He might not hold it till he's dead. You know why?
Why?
He's resilient.
Very resilient.
Imagine the man that prison and release song and gold.
But since he's been out and of recent years, has any of his songs really,
All of them.
grabbed you?
In fans, the Gaza fan.
Yes.
No, how Cartel music work, you know, grab it today.
When he,
Cartel have a tune name, Knock It.
yeah.
You say, knock it, come on. We never want to say how you feel about it. You want to knock it.
yeah.
The song is that song will creep up my spirit depending on where you are.
Yeah.
The first time I heard God is the Greatest, it never moved me. But when I saw Cartel perform God is the Greatest and cried, new interpretation.
Yeah, man, God is the Greatest is pretty solid. Especially when I saw it live. And I tell people all the time,
Big
there's
show.
such a major difference between just streaming records, but going to a live show and seeing and feeling the artist.
Yeah.
It's
And
amazing.
that's
stuff.
what Cartel have. Cartel has this over all of them.
Yeah.
He's a harder worker.
Yeah, man.
So whether the song work or not, he might drop 10 of them.
Yeah, man, I drop only for them. Come
Him just need to find one.
I see him drop one with see them in the video. I say, I'm choose see them, and I was like, oh my god,
Enough it.
this is pretty terrible, but it's 5 scratch
It's
out.
not off for work. That is the difference. Everybody that try to say, yeah man, the song off go. No, Cartel drop everything. And you like God is the greatest.
Yeah, and just pick one.
Thank God some give the rest. It's true. 'Cause God is the greatest is the biggest song right now in dancehall. You shake it to the max, God is the greatest.
Crazy.
Yeah. And the thing, God is the greatest and not a bad man tune.
No, it's not.
It's
not
a
that.
gospel tune.
The gospel song giving thanks.
You know?
As
So he's I think he's also intelligent as an artist. He's honest as an artist.
yeah.
So he's not pretending even now to be a bad man, right?
No.
He's more mature and he's telling you what he's doing.
yeah.
He's telling you like I wake up on a Sunday, I'm listening to this song and I'm just gonna sing a gospel song. Most
I love where he's
artists,
at.
most artists wouldn't do that because they're like, I want to know how the Gaza fans are gonna feel.
Because they feel like they need to always have this facade or keep up this thing. but
Because they
truth is
make
we
the
change
fans
as we go.
control them.
Yeah.
Cartel no do that. Cartel is the leader.
I am controlling. Chef Bling. Boom, boom. It's time for us to
Bling
get
up,
some
bling up.
food up in here.
I'll be a chat to a chat.
Oh,
Yeah,
we've been
we are
chatting.
talking.
We've been chatting for about 30 minutes. Ooh, Bling. Bling. This is fancy,
All
fancy.
my years, we never got on podcast yet and get food.
No, man, this nicey. Andrew, you gotta
regular
catch
food.
this. This?
I'm gonna take a picture. Of it.
Tell us about this Bling. Can you out yourself today, yeah.
All right, so these are Korean style wings.
Uh-huh.
Is there a way to say it in Korean?
Well, the name is gochujang.
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 Gochujang is so Koreans typically coat their chicken in some type of sauce. So while we will enjoy fried chicken just bread,
Dry.
that's it. They like to coat they like to coat their chicken in some type of sauce. And this is actually paying homage to one of my favorite chefs. She is a lady. She is now pregnant. I won't say her name. She's kind of out of the media. Right?
Okay,
She's
gotcha.
pregnant with your child?
No.
Because I was like,
She's actually a Sharon chef, you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know if I can. The reason I don't want to say her name. I don't know if I can pronounce it correctly.
Oh, you know what's my answer.
Yeah, I know how to find her on social media,
Okay.
but I don't know if I can pronounce it. I don't want to spoil it. You know, she is a Korean chef, and she kind of reinvented how I saw Asian food.
Oh.
So you know,
Pepper.
no, it's a chili.
Okay.
It's chili paste. That's what.
Oh, you want
Because
pepper?
one knows when they eat it, but they can talk.
Yeah, you can. Very slight spice.
Yeah. Nothing crazy. I didn't plan on killing you today. Maybe.
I added my own twist to it, which is actually adobo sauce. It is a deep smoky flavor. It is a slight smoky flavor. And you know, skeleton curds are garnished. So
Okay.
that's it.
Sounds so fancy.
Okay.
So I guess we're using our hands. We have napkins, so we should be fine.
Okay.
Dive in here.
You first.
All right. Oh, this.
Are you a flats or drums?
I'm actually a flats girl,
Okay.
but like I'm gonna pick up a jam already. I'm just gonna work.
Do we
it.
pray? I don't
Yeah.
eat without praying.
Pray.
Nothing at all.
Pray.
Thank you, Lord, for this food. Thank you, Lord, for everything. Amen.
Itadakimasu. That's Japanese for you know. I'll explain.
Thank you, Lord, for this food.
Well, what it does is it thanks everything and everyone that contributed to the final product here, from the chicken or from the egg, from the genesis, from creation. Anyways, yeah.
Hey, I know one bread I know. Every time you pray, you want to seal up your prayer after you done pray. I'm pop it up. Gospel singer,
I'll be something.
you have to seal up your prayer.
Does that mean that no? I do taste a little spice.
It tastes good.
It's very good.
It's chili. Yeah. It's really good.
And it's makes me like it more spicier than yesterday.
So I don't eat wings with skin,
Oh.
but this have a vibe.
Oh, so what I normally do when I'm breading wings, I cut off
The fat.
overlapping skin and fat.
You have sense. You're a big chef. A Portland you come from?
No, Carolina.
Oh. Because Portland people alone can cook, but look at Carolina. Like Carolina.
Yeah, Boston, Jerry. Who else? I think you have this youth named O'Shea, Ascendant, you know? The dark youth.
No, Portland people alone can cook at the yard.
Oh.
You know, no bag of food place in Portland.
All right.
It tastes nice.
It was very good.
And the first one come on podcast and get food.
I'm happy to say that I was able to do that. You know, I'm gonna change the game a little bit.
I actually give. It's a little spicy and a little nice.
Yeah, but
I said
it's
nice with the spice.
Yeah. So as I said, it is chili paste. So you have to
Yeah.
And the wings done perfect.
Oh, and you know, this one as a sweet.
Yeah, because it's in the, it's a honey pot show, so gotta use honey, you know what I'm saying?
No sugar.
No sugar, baby. So, JR, Diddy. Sean Diddy Combs. Why, oh, boy. How shocked were you from a scale of 1 to 10 when the allegations first came out when Cassie filed that lawsuit?
I've been saying this, right? I told you I listen to every hip hop song. Everything that has been coming out with hip hop people,
Yeah.
I what them used to sing about.
They said him infant on himself.
Money over bitches, face down, ass up. That's the way with like the entire 90s hip hop
Yeah.
was misogyny. The
Yeah.
entire 90s. Now, man blur art and real life. And when you have money, power, absolute power,
And he's been like the king of New York forever.
king of the world. Puff had one of the biggest endorsement deals. Mr. Rihanna alone eclipsed him. Ciroc. Now all him have to do is Ciroc, I take picture and yard
Yeah.
and get hundreds of millions of dollars.
Crazy.
But on a level, personal thing, I've been following the case. If you see where Music View is reporting,
Yeah, I did see what you guys put up today.
what I'm not seeing is them proving RICO. which means Combs Enterprise is a criminal organization.
Right.
What I'm saying is a man and a woman in a relationship, and what he putting
Domestic abuse.
between the two of them,
Right.
agreed and not agreed, and it kept going for a long time until they both couldn't
Separated.
take it, or she couldn't take it anymore. I'm not seeing yet a narrative from either side where, say, yo, Puffer run a be a mafia thing, Puff
Right.
up and Puffer be a girl, I don't be a things, and because as I tell you, pimping culture was part of hip hop.
Yeah.
There's a documentary on BET
Yeah.
about pimps and hoes.
But I'm not saying.
They sold this as a thing. There was a program on BT late night called BT Uncut. You should watch it on YouTube.
Okay.
They show everything.
Yeah.
The videos, Nelly's tip drill where you have a credit card, a swipe right in between a girl that is dancing. Look up tip drill, uncensored tip drill.
Okay, let me write these things down.
These were part of the hip hop narrative. And I see what's happening is like there was a shift that happened in terms of feminine energy where women took control of popular culture. But prior to that, men.
It was men.
Yeah, and it was misogynistic. And,
Yeah.
and there was this hypergamy where women are in control and women are doing the same thing the men did in the 90s to men.
Yeah.
Because everything online now is about women hate men and
Right.
And
And it's gender war.
yeah, there's no harmony. There's just this push for inharmony between men and women.
Yeah.
There's not a biblical reference. Well, man, I say, God said, woman, be he submissive to your man. Man, love your wife. Like Christ love the church. You know Christ love the church? I dead in dead for the church, you know?
He did die for
Which means you have to dead for your woman. But a woman have to submit to you.
Right.
We're not having biblical references. You know what our references?
What?
Some little fake psychological people on TikTok. I tell you, say, hey, if he does this, he's a narcissist. and
Yeah.
He needs sleep. If she does this, she's the devil and she's a Jezebel and you need to leave her quick.
10 signs he's not the one for you.
Exactly. I them thing that I guide people now.
Yeah.
We need to go read the Bible.
I mean, admittedly, I have watched quite a few of those
Man,
videos.
for as many as those that you digest, go and read 1 Corinthians 13.
What does it say?
Love. Love is kind, love is gentle, love is care.
But Jared, we have to also remember that not all of the world is Christian. There's a lot of...
It's in the Quran too. It's in the every
What
scripture.
about Buddhists?
So
Buddhists?
every scripture,
Yeah.
every ancient scripture have one message.
Well,
One message.
sure.
Every single ancient scripture. It take different routes, you know.
Yeah.
But it's one message. And them are move further and further from God. And then when things happen, people shock. But in truth, you have to go back to God. You have to put
Yeah.
the Bible at your bedside.
So at the first day of the trial, they had Combs reading a Bible. Because, of course, both sides are trying to set up their people as, so he's wearing these fluffy sweaters.
Well, nobody not business puff your pastor. Like, what believe that?
No, but, maybe the jury, may
New York people don't eat that.
see him in a certain light.
New York people don't eat that.
But-
And I don't know what Jew look like, but
It's been a crazy 4 days.
yeah.
Some of the things that have come out has been
A
shocking.
movie level thing.
Yeah, tell you, can you imagine if there were allowing cameras in?
I thought today was quite trivial where Cassie laugh.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
Yes, what she laugh? Like, what this about? It's like she have therapy. And then you talk to your therapist and them say something to you and you're like, oh yeah, I remember that. And I say,
Cassie brain off it.
it's a whole heap of things with Cassie, but I don't want to talk about it till it's done. Because a whole heap of things, I might have to come back and talk about it.
No, laugh at that
It's a
way.
whole heap of thing with Cassie where there's an accountability thing that she's not yet doing.
Right.
Because she's part of it. She was part of it.
Yeah.
To the degree that she was part of it, there must be some amount of it that she's accountable for.
Well, she used to do the bookings.
That's what I'm
She had a
saying.
whole file. She used to pay the escorts as well. But what she's saying is that she did these things because she wanted to please him, because she loved him.
But it's a voluntary motivation.
I know, but she's been with him from so young. They met at night when she was 19.
They met with Ryan Leslie. She never there with him, my time.
No, right.
They create a fake flyer for her to fly to Miami. So she got see Puff.
Right.
While she was with Leslie.
But she started dating before at 22. I remember when I was 22, I was very susceptible to manipulation.
You never have sense.
I kid you not, I was a proper yamid. And I'm not saying I would have stayed. Cause me feel like there's a little difference between Cassie and we as Caribbean people.
No, same thing.
And Mark, you know.
I just power. It's a matter of power and access.
True, because I was gonna say that there are women who family members, friends who are in abusive relationships who stay for long periods of time and you for the life of you can't figure out why they're still there. So people aren't created equal. We all have different strengths and weaknesses, and I just think that for Cassie, she had the right personality type, the right thing that brought out the worst in Puff.
Like they were giving each other the thing to fuel the worst of themselves.
Exactly.
So she was getting the life, and it never stopped. And he was also getting something from her.
Right.
Power. But it wasn't just. I don't think it was just like abuse, right? It was like a self-abuse.
Yeah. Yes.
Because
at
the
some
amount
point-
of drugs they're both taking.
Listen.
It's
She said one day one of the longest FO freak off was 4 days. 4 days?
What about time?
And she had to take these
a
drugs
Friday
because yes, he's
evening
forcing her to take these.
Tuesday.
Yes, he's forcing her to take these drugs, but she had to take them. She had to take them because she needed to numb herself. Because you can't be sober for experiencing something there. She said at one point he wanted her to go into like a blow pool of baby oil. Then the baby oil company, them supposed to be rich half a pump, Imagine one as a client supposed to keep them steady, maybe.
Yeah, the obsession with baby oil is kind of creepy too, like a pool of baby oil.
And she would say they would rub baby oil on each other, and he would say not enough.
Yeah.
Put some more.
I think they were in like a trance. Cause them got Burning Man up at Vegas and bugger things.
She was in a trance.
Yeah. They were trying everything but the Bible, as I tell them.
Yeah.
Cause it's when they move further and further from God.
Yes. And
You have to stand firm, because the Bible said, draw nigh to God and he will draw nigh to you.
I'm pretty sure Diddy thought he was God. Okay.
God complex. That's what I'm telling you.
Yes.
I've never met a famous person that's a good person.
Yeah.
Never. And that's why I try not to meet the
They
artists
do spoil.
the artists and people that I love.
They spoil
I try
it for
not
you.
to meet them because they just have this God energy where they're the most important people. And they come across very, I am the only person you should focus on. Like I've never met someone who like you talk to them and they're like, they're like the priests or the Pope. They're just not that. So it's a God complex.
It takes a lot for you though.
And they put $1 billion on top of that. So again, right? Some people come in the business for different reasons.
Yeah.
I always say black people do music for survival. So when we make it, we're like, yo, we make it. But enough other people were coming in wealthy or coming from a wealthy set of people.
Yeah.
They do it to expand their horizons.
Yeah.
Like you got school, cause you did Africa school and make it.
You did. You never have no other way
some
of
people
getting.
got school, go do a dance class.
Yeah.
Because
They could
I'm
play
expanding my horizons. A Jamaican person going to a dance class, I survive them, I try to survive. They're trying to get out of the circumstances. So it's two different motivation. And then Quincy Jones said in his book, 12 Notes, that just because you sing songs, that doesn't make you special. Because all I do is sing song. Like everybody can sing one song.
Right.
There's nothing that makes you special. And he was sort of making reference like a Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Who, the world praised.
Larger than life, man.
Yeah. But Quincy produced Michael Jackson.
He did.
And he always said, when people start to believe their own character, because they create the characters.
Yeah.
Cartel said it. He said he started to believe that he was Vibes Cartel.
Yeah.
And it's a character. But at the core, we're loving, harmonizing beings. Yeah. I don't know where we come from, but from our mother.
Right.
All our born a baby. All our come and come sittings.
Yeah.
And you have to draw nigh to God, and He will draw nigh to you. Otherwise, a demon business at that point.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much
Or you're a monk and you just want to live in peace and meditate.
yeah, but monk are drawing near to God.
They're God's self.
Hey, that Japanese also there.
Yeah, that is it. That is it. You know what I thought about though when I was watching the whole Diddy situation? Rihanna. And I was thinking to myself,
Chris Brown?
Rihanna's mom sent her away at a very young age
Yep.
to meet with Jay-Z. I'm supposed to Diddy, Rihanna got meet with.
Rihanna didn't meet Diddy. I'm sure she met Diddy.
Yeah, but I mean,
But Jigga was
as the access, the person who was gonna take her under his wings and give her everything. But me I said to myself, say,
but Rihanna didn't come in the game. So when Rihanna came in, there were 3 girls. A girl named A. Marie, Tia Marie, I think her name was as well. Jay-Z signed Kanye's You Got Me, Freeway, and Foxy, YG, Tia Marie, PD Watch Me. Those are all Jay-Z's artists, right? And Rihanna was there. And at a time, Tia Marie was bigger than Rihanna. And that's why I said Rihanna built her thing
she
brick
worked
by brick.
hard.
Because Tia Marie was bigger than Rihanna. Ciara was also
Yeah.
There were several women that were on the game. Beyonce, right? And Rihanna can't dance, no bag of dancing, you know.
No, listen.
To this day,
Rihanna has to give
to this day, Rihanna just goes
lead.
exactly.
Give us less.
Rihanna just goes so.
And then she have a look at us, she love do this.
Yeah, exactly.
I
She
say,
never-
yeah, give us less
She
clean.
never given a bag of singing, and she never given a bag of dancing.
Nope.
What Rihanna gave was personality.
Personality, pizzazz,
She came and she was herself.
originality.
Yeah. And she found good songs.
Yeah.
She found the best songs. And she never, although she come from Barbados, she never projected herself as a Barbadian artist. And I think that's one of the issues with Jamaican artists as well. And I see Cartel the other day, him say, the man say, where him come from? And him say, everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so once you make the market size you up, you lose. You have to come to the market as someone off the market.
True.
So Rihanna come from Barbados, but you think Rihanna come from New York? Because she come with a New York swag.
From anywhere.
Yeah.
Like this queen.
When she's at Paris, she did a Paris swag.
Yeah.
When she's at Japan, she not a Japanese swag.
True.
She just became a world
Citizen, yeah.
And that's how you project your energy as an artist. In anything you do, even as a host, you have the cadence of an international person, so that if you should get a job on the Today Show,
Yeah.
you don't sound like you just come off a boat.
No.
You sound like you are here and you have a voice and you're informed and you have diction and clarity.
Yes.
And you know, talk to like you come from the, you know,
Inshallah, inshallah.
you're very clear.
Yeah. I
And
remember.
you still yourself.
It's so interesting that you said that because when I was teaching in Japan, a lot of what I had to do was to neutralize my English because they study American English there. But you had to sort of find a middle ground to help them with their pronunciations because that's really what you were there for. And I remember the teachers always saying to me, "Your English is so clear."
It's called elocution.
Sure.
So
Cheers. Cheers to some elocution.
Cheers to elocution. so there's a difference with elocution, right? It's not about convincing someone. It's about being clear in how you speak so that your words are not jumbled.
Yeah.
And when you speak, no matter where you're from or what language you're speaking, people understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
So they must say, eh? They want to say, Bridget, me talk. Just me don't talk first. And that has been the average Jamaican, of course, just a talk on a talk. But you have to train yourself with your speech pattern as a speaker of any kind. Even Cartel has great elocution.
Yeah, man, he's got great control.
You know where you get that from?
And great diction.
That in a dancehall business.
No.
Dancehall business.
But you know you went to Calabar, you know what I'm saying? So.
No, not for that Calabar have it. Dancehall business that is. They don't know that man. It's
And I think now they're making it a thing. Like it's cool to have very little to say and not.
And it's not cool.
It's not. What are you saying right now to me?
I don't know what you're saying.
You have to be able to convince people that you are worthy and you're worth listening to and
Plus
sell
they don't
yourself.
know you. They don't know you.
Yeah, you go did everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're done.
People
You're
want
done.
done thugs them. I done thugs them. Man want a glass of person. You got to stir it, man. You got to stir.
You definitely got to
flick
start
the
like
wrist.
that. You got to start.
Flick on the wrist.
Well, let's get into the honey pot a little bit. See what's going on.
All right. So we eat honey wings, honey pot.
Yeah.
honey.
Nothing too crazy.
Honey.
Ooh, all right. Oh my gosh. So I don't know if you saw the front page of the Observer yesterday.
I don't read the paper. I joke.
Well, the Observer shared a story of an elderly man found dead in his apartment, right? His accounts depleted,
What a heavy
drained.
story, though.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's rough, but it's our heavy times that we're living in, right? Depleted, drained, all of his money apparently drained by a young woman whose time he was trying to buy. And it's just so interesting.
What?
A young woman's time that he was trying to
What kind of time? I don't want time. When am I trying to buy?
He's trying to buy her time.
What kind of time?
Her
Prayer time?
her pleasantries, her
He was trying to have a freak off.
well. But he just brought up a larger conversation. Cliff was actually the one who was talking about it on his show, and I was listening and I was thinking, wow. And it just made me think once again of the dating market. I mean, from as someone who's settled from the outside looking in, doesn't it seem grimy to you?
As in you tell me that I'm settled?
Yes. That's exactly what I'm doing.
settled.
I mean, I feel like what's happening is this cycle where a lot of the men now, young men, think that, they're not at a time where they're settling down because they need to get their money right. And for them to do that, they're going to be in their 40s, 50s before they feel comfortable enough they can settle down. And who they're settling down with is the younger women. But they don't even understand by the time you get here, these young women, they don't really want you.
So they're
depleting your accounts and leaving you to die in your apartment.
But let me tell you where that comes from. And that's why the gender thing is so important.
Yeah.
So when a woman gets to 35, she starts going through perimenopause. By the time she
Are you
gets
telling me I'm perimenopausal?
I don't know.
Okay.
And perimenopause starts because your progesterone levels go down.
Yeah.
Before that, your progesterone levels are high, which is what helps you to have a baby. It helps you to be fertile.
Yeah.
You're more sexual and energized and ready, right? The older you get, the less of that's happening. Or it comes in different ways.
Thank you so much. I love this information.
On the male side,
Yeah.
a man's testosterone starts to go down after 35. And he goes through what's called andropause by the time he gets like 45, going up. By the time he gets to 55, andropause kicks in, testosterone levels go down. Before that, the young man we are talking about, he wake up every morning, ready to go.
Yes.
And in Jamaican culture, we make sure we keep that for the longest because so I beer root to drink, I beer things to do with exercise. Baby.
Yeah, man. We talk about your okra and your steamed fish and something there.
But at a biological level, what we're doing is keeping our testosterone levels up. Because the lower your testosterone levels, the lower your quality of life as a man. For a man to continue his quality of life.
And by that you mean his sex life.
No.
As well.
It's that too. That's a big part of a man's life. If a man's sex life is gone,
He can live a totally wonderful life and be a great citizen.
If a man has his sex life going, he's at his best. But it's an indicator, right, of your quality of life.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know the story you just tell me, but the woman obviously says that this man testosterone, not the balls.
No, because
my balls matter young. Run from your son. But when your testosterone levels are low, predators, Jezebels, will realize that. That's what it is.
The woman from the Bible?
It's a Jezebel energy to bring out the worst in a man. Likewise, a demon energy to bring out the worst in a woman. So she probably see that. But at a biological level, to your point about men settling and dating,
Right.
I think it's beautiful when you find someone to boost your testosterone and to boost your progesterone levels. But you also have to have daily habits that do that.
True.
Like no sugar. no bag of
I'm on that. I'm not on that sugar. I'm not on that bag of
Yeah.
what else?
And then if just love.
Love. I'm on that love.
Just love. Like finding someone to do life with.
But if you don't, you could also just give yourself some love, right?
Now I need somebody to witness your life. It life hard and life easier with company, and it harder without company.
Yeah, but what if you don't have any company?
Then they will come rob you and take your money. That's how it go. Like you just tell me stories, say man, and no one can take your money. Even they have somebody in their life with good and nice things, that could happen. So it's best to have someone to witness your life with you,
True.
who love you and they're patient with you and kind with you, and you can do the same for them.
Amen. Amen.
Yes.
Beautiful thing.
It's just hurting. I'm telling you, I'm going back to the Bible.
We should plan ahead. All right, so this question is from QQ, because one of the things that I do, I ask my guests before they leave, write a question for the next guest.
Okay.
And this question says, what is the favorite part of your love life?
Favorite part of my love life.
Yeah.
The present love life or this my
Well, mostly present love life.
I want to like, is it the evolution of the love life?
We can talk about that perspective. Any angle you want to take, it's up to you.
The most beautiful part of my love life. And is it love life with another person or?
I would like to think so. You did say you need somebody to witness you.
I think friendship. I think there's no love, genuine love if there's not friendship. Because,
I agree.
Because we can wake up tomorrow and not really like it. Like you do some foolishness and the spirit just not take you for like a month, cause you know. But if me a friend, we might still call you and say, "Yeah, you're Cassie up on the stand today."
And I tell people this, and they think I'm crazy, but I think it's the liking part for me that's hard.
Yeah.
For me, it's easy to fall in love with you if I like you.
It's hard for you to like someone.
But it's harder for me to like you.
Why?
I need to like. I don't. For me, liking is like it's the first step. Like I have to like who you are, who you want to be. I have to see that you are not just willing to be kind to me, but you're kind to people. Cause you have some people, you know. I don't see you alone. They want nice to, you know. I've got a big problem with that. I have to see how you treat other people. And if I can
You know where that
like
comes
you,
from?
I can love you.
You know where that comes from? So we choose in this type of, I'm telling you, I have to go back to the Bible. So we choose people like ourselves.
Yeah.
Meaning we're prejudiced. We're pre-programmed.
Bias bad.
Yeah. But if we let go of that
Yeah.
and allow people to be themselves, you'd be surprised what value you find that's not like you.
That's an interesting
Person's not like you. Let's say the person serious all the time. Not like you.
Yeah.
But them dep on them business 1, 2.
Yeah.
And them will take care of you 1, 2. Then you go and be the nice. You go and be the serious, and we complement each other. But if you're looking for yourself in me,
Yeah.
you're having what's called hypergamy, which women look for themselves in a man,
Yeah.
and then man start look for himself, which means as a man you're looking a virgin. If you look for a man in a woman,
Let's just.
so when you get miserable, as a man, and me the other woman and you get miserable. Because me not get miserable, that's how the miserable girl come from. When if I do understand that you don't have to be me,
Yeah.
I'll understand. Oh, your hormones are. Oh, I don't understand the hormones,
Right.
but here's a wing. Like
More like chocolate.
Yeah.
Thank you.
cause when the moon full, woman head take them
Yeah.
and them gone. And if I'm looking for myself in you, I'm gonna hate you
Yeah.
because I'm not that. I'm not.
Because it's like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, what's wrong with you? Like you're not a human being. You're not a kind person. When you have other valuable qualities that I could emulate and love, and then the same vice versa. But if I'm misogynistic and I'm looking for a party and she have to be roots and she have to, and the minute you're not roots, which is a man, really man for male tendencies, and then you as a woman looking to me, I have to be tender and gentle. No, I have to be a man.
Yeah, but you also have got to be tender and gentle too. Like on
When I tender and gentle time.
Yeah, you can. You know what I'm saying?
But you're gonna want a man. You're gonna want a man in the long
Who's
run.
his own self, and I think that's such
Not
a
just
good
his own
point.
self. You're gonna want a man in the long run that is not feeling the same feelings you're feeling at the same time.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there. Are you clapping, Chef Link? Because I don't even know what's going on. But I like this point that you made because I've found now that I'm getting older that I'm so much more open to that and people being different and seeing the beauty in that too.
Yeah.
Because usually I think I would be more drawn to somebody who is just as jovial as I am, or laughs at everything, or dramatic, or uses as much intonation as I use. But I've found that I'm beginning to appreciate people who are more bland and more serious and more flat, because there are moments that they do surprise you and come out with a little pop of color, but they're generally just in there. But it doesn't mean they're unkind. It's just who they are.
I've never had a relationship where the other person is like me.
Yeah.
And I've always had somebody out of my league.
Oh, that's good though, eh?
I've never, but that's self-confidence, right?
That is that.
I've never like thought, oh, this girl is out of my league, so I can't get her, right? Even though I'm not like her.
Yeah, you thought this girl's out of my league? Let's go.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be myself.
Yes. And that wins.
So see if you like me, she like me. If you don't like me, I just know my girl that. Sure. I'm gonna feel no way about it.
That's
just eat a wing and good. Next.
And you're good, yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna go for one last question in the honey pot before we wrap. Oh, I love this. How did I get this one next? So I want you to tell me who is the better performer, right? Yeah. And if you can't choose, I did bring out these because I was saying if you can't choose, you have to take a shot. But we might not go.
Choose?
Give it to me. Let me give it to Bling this side. You just take a drink of your wine. I mean, not pressure you too much, okay? I don't really understand. Who is the better performer, Buju or Vibes Cartel?
Buju.
But you said that before I even said the other person, because it's Buju.
There's nobody.
And I think about it, and because I look at both of them have had a similar sort of trajectory. Both have been incarcerated for some time. Both have come out and had massive shows and massive success because people have been, they've been missing you. But when I look at the quality of the show that Buju has, the Buju set versus a Vibes Cartel set, and I know people will also say, oh, it's reggae versus dancehall. But this is what I want from my dancehall counterparts. You have to be better performers. What are you doing?
Buju set no perfect yet either, you know. Because Buju thing, like more, see Carlisle run out.
Who?
You know Carlisle?
No. Who's going on?
Carlisle lead out! This here, me, I don't know. Like, Buju cut the song them in a place where I don't like when
We don't like
right? Because more of them sing it like, oh, me know it, right?
Yeah.
But Buju was schooled in a different house of dancehall than Vibes Cartel.
Yes, 90s.
Buju was taught to perform, to sing, to DJ by some of the best, which I'm calling name all the time, Daddy Lizard, will come from up a Whitehall, a Flower Gun, where when the lawsuit went Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, big up Flower Gun, you know.
And the producers that brought Buju in the game, King Jammy, Dave Kelly,
Yes.
Donovan Jermaine, these are perfectionists.
Donovan Jermaine is
You
great.
couldn't leave the studio without the song being done properly, or else it's not coming out.
That's what we're lacking there.
Vibes Cartel, on the other hand, was more in control. As I said, Cartel just dropped between them.
Yeah.
If Cartel work with Dave Kelly, a one album in drop every 10 years like Baby Sham. True. Because it's a different school of dancehall.
Yeah.
So Buju now, in all this time away,
Yeah.
got time to plan and put it together, right? And he couldn't do anything different.
Thank you.
His output, and him have a longer career to where at 30 odd years I talk about
it's a long time.
of dancehall and reggae. Cartel
And
only
performing.
has dancehall. But Cartel showed it fuller than Buju show.
At Freedom, at
Barclays. Like Barclays them a turn of people.
yeah.
And a 2 night back to back. Buju never do. Buju do back to back, but it never as full as Cartel show.
Where you at Buju show?
No. But I know the numbers. But Buju did more shows so far, and his set is set is immaculate. Like
Yeah, man. Listen.
I saw him at the New Year's show in Ochi, where we take 5 hours for each. Intimate.
Yeah.
And him going good.
Yeah.
Him going good.
He did.
Him have the energy.
Him have energy.
Even at his age. So Buju, you know, him testosterone up. You see Buju on the selfie with you.
Hey.
I say, somebody's son.
Somebody's son.
In 50s.
And then somebody was like, "You look good. Tell me." I was like, "Oh, I love to see it. I'm Bounty Killer too.
Yeah.
In at the pool. See Bounty, yeah?
So again, right? Think about these men. Like a couple years ago, they're miserable.
Yes, cross angry miserable.
Quality of life.
Yeah.
Because they're now at their peak, you know.
Yeah.
As a man, you have to make sure that your quality of life gets better the older you get. Because nobody not care about man. They'll rob you and take your money, as you say.
Nobody cares about men.
Nobody.
I care about men.
They care about man to the extent. No one time. People care about man to the extent that men benefit them.
I care about men as human beings
No.
out there. That okay.
A man can be with a woman that gives him nothing.
I could be. I've been with men that have given me nothing.
Him give something.
What?
You left him. You him still left?
No.
Exactly.
But it's not because he didn't.
Exactly. That man could have been with you forever if you gave him nothing.
Not even cook?
May I tell you, he could have dealt with you
Yeah.
because you give, by the way, he just want one thing from you. Just one thing.
Yeah, have some white people, you know, they don't make their wives do anything,
No.
you know. They're like, oh, I don't want my wife in the
But
kitchen. She's not a maid.
On the flip side, a woman, because of how women, everything called monkey brain, you will like give a woman everything, you know. And she just wake up one morning and say, I want to leave my husband.
I've never experienced that before.
Not yet.
I don't know how to.
Just wake up and good. I saw Tina Knowles saying it. She said, and Tina Knowles is 71.
Yeah.
She said she wake up one morning. She has in her 70s, you know.
Right.
A good man, she have her act and beer things, you know. And she said
Yeah,
she
her
woke
second
up-
husband, right?
She said she woke up and just said to herself she could do better.
She
and
left
divorce
him?
Yes.
Wait. So you're telling me that Tina Knowles is no longer married to that man?
No, she's not. 2 years ago, she divorced.
A woman time, no. Women have just
You see what I tell you?
a lot of
That's
opportunities.
not woman time. At 71, didn't even find a husband and go my yard, go sleep, miss. We got to do on road, boy. Yeah, look, man. Hey?
Okay, we've got more. We've got more. Who's the better performer? Beanie versus Bounty.
Beanie Man.
All right.
Beanie Man, historically, that has been the case. The two of them on a show, though, that was
Epic.
crazy.
Epic. And I think
I've
Bounty's
seen them.
still so very good.
I've seen the two of them on there was a show called Guinness Sounds of Greatness. That was one of their best shows
Yeah.
at the stage.
And even their clash, their versus during
Yeah.
COVID was one of the biggest verses.
Yeah, the two of them feeding off each other.
That was so entertaining. I was in Japan and it was like a slice of home. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Skeng versus Skilly Bang.
Skeng. Skeng, because Skeng has the energy. I used to
He's
do
wild.
so when Skeng's and I've done a lot of PR stuff for Skeng, right? Not from his team, but from another company that I was doing some PR for. And then when they brought Skeng as a brand to me, I said he needs to like study Jimi Hendrix. And just be the dancehall rock star. So I gave them that name.
Jimi Hendrix is pretty great.
And I told the band, Chris Ross, I said, we're not just mad.
Yeah.
So when you see me slam the guitar and brought the guitar, I told them to do that.
Yeah.
I said, just create a set where you're the dancehall rock star
He is that.
and push that. Now, Skilly Bang, on the other hand, he knows how to make songs that translate. Like, she love Bad Man. Pause for 5 minutes. yeah. Bad Man.
I don't even know how
Pause
he
for
does
5
it.
minutes. It's a formula. It's let the music ride. It's an old formula too. Old music formula.
But it's so can, like, see, can.
Say it loud.
I'm black and I'm proud. It's my daddy.
Say it loud.
Ow. I'm black and I'm proud.
A lot of music, but it's shut. You got it bad when you're on the phone. Like, you gotta, if people can't hear you,
Yeah.
no, if I
People
appreciate
need
it.
to hear what you're saying. It's so
And
true, man.
He mastered it, I think, when him do wap wap wap.
Yeah, man. Oh gosh.
Cause wap wap wap, then I said nothing, Nina.
No.
And a lot, I remember people saying, them song you now pass airport.
No, because I came back to Jamaica at that point. I remember everybody, the government, everybody saying, yo, we're not about this wap wap. And look at wap wap.
Wap wap bring him down over the world.
Wap wap brought him to
So
Nicki
white
Minaj.
people- yeah. And he's the last dancehall artist to hit that 100 from Jamaica. Crocodile Teeth Remix was the last Jamaican, if I call Byron Messiah, that's separate. But Crocodile Teeth Remix is the last dancehall song to hit out 100.
Yeah.
Big and shake it to the max.
Do you vibe to this
No,
kind of dancehall?
no, I don't.
Me neither.
I read my Bible and I listen to my
Right,
Lord.
because you're so religious, right?
No, when I'm out, I'm in my vibe. Like, if a bad man time, a bad man time.
Right.
Shut up, boss. Blah, 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 blah. That's our vibe. But
Yeah.
in my own chi,
You wouldn't put that on.
I listen to sounds.
I love that you said chi, by the way.
I listen to 420 hertz music.
Oh, I thought you said 450 for a moment there. Never mind. Go ahead.
I listen to sounds. I listen to I told you I had a period where I listened to every hip hop. So, and the hip hop that I was listening to was super violent. Like I'll box your head off, like chop you
Pretty
up.
tough
That like
stuff, yeah.
pretty violent stuff. DMX kind of vibe. I couldn't study without listening to DMX.
It's really
Exactly.
something.
So like I think like when my son was born, like 28, I just started to know music. I don't even have a music app on my phone.
Man.
I don't have YouTube.
Oh,
I listen. If I'm listening to any music, it's somebody else playing it, not me. So I don't put but your diet is more than what you eat.
it's true.
What you consume determines your energy and your vibe.
Yeah.
So you got to know how to live.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree.
Culture yourself.
Culture
And you got to
yourself.
take your risks. You got to.
And I know she's no longer active, but Lady Saw versus Spice, because I have a
Lady
theory.
Saw.
Yes. How did I know? I'm not wrong. I know something. My
So who
theory
would
is
question her?
no, because I remember saying a recency bias and all these.
First of all, Spice thinks me not like her, by the way.
Yeah, she does.
She does, because there was a review on World Music Views, which I didn't write. And she came and she cussed out World Music Views and
Hot Spice and around because what people
yeah, and that's not the game. Like reviews are part of how you measure the industry.
it is.
And that's the energy that World Music Views comes. And we don't fear nothing.
No.
We don't have no fear.
But it's pointless because then you just be controlled by these people's whims and fancies.
But I like her. I do like her.
I do like Spice too.
When she
But
does great stuff, we talk about
exactly.
great stuff too.
But I agree that Lady Saw is a better performer, and the reason why is because, and I think Spice is very strong. She is, I think, right now the strongest. But I feel like with Spice, she has to bring in a lot of props and a lot of different things, and all of these things help to enhance her performance, and nothing's wrong with that. But with Lady Saw, she doesn't need nothing. She could be there.
So I'm not taking away anything from Spice for bringing in stuff, because that's called production.
Right.
I don't think she always needs it. I think she plays into the antics because her fans would love it. But I think Spice can stand up, which she will have to eventually, you know, because when them need a start to me, she will have to stand up and just perform her tune them.
Yeah.
But she has created a set that works, and nothing is wrong with that. I think she sells the culture authentically. But Lady Saw was like more spiritual.
You know?
So Lady Saw would go belly rubber the back shot me love, and then start to sing Thank You Jesus
True.
in her set. Like that was her thing was
or
diverse.
she's got songs like Give Me a Reason.
Yeah, you know?
But you know when I really realized that Lady Saw was that girl, I mean I loved her for years, but when I saw her at Sumfest close the show, the gospel set, like I don't care what she was saying, but the conviction and the spirit, I'm like, you are the greatest.
Yeah. I remember being backstage and she was giving out Bibles.
And she was kiss out the Bible.
It's like,
yep.
What is kiss out my Bible?
I would kiss a Bible right now for you. I'm telling you, you are something else. But JR, it's been great. It's been wonderful. Thank you so much.
This is great. This
through.
has been fun.
I'm hoping this is something we can.
Spilling wine.
True, right?
Of course, I come talk to you anytime.
Yeah, man. Because there's always going to be stuff to talk
Yes.
about. This is the industry, and it keeps moving and it keeps happening. And I'm happy to see where it's at for dancehall and
And
reggae.
I'm proud of you. I think this
Thank
is
you.
so classy, and
Thank
you got a nice set. You got a nice team. You got a chef.
you.
The first podcaster to have a chef. I think you'll make more music videos for that alone.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We're just putting in the work, our contribution, and all these
Just
things.
being a vessel.
Just being a vessel. I'm just doing what I can. Yes, but thank you all so much for watching and listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and above all, keep this to yourself. Yeah.